Let's begin. Hey everybody, it's me again, Fitz, your personal acupuncture physician. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about anxiety, alright? Now, unfortunately, a lot of people suffer from anxiety. And in Western medicine terms, we know what anxiety is, but I'm going to explain to you how, as acupuncturists, how we view anxiety. So, as an acupuncture physician and as an acupuncturist, we view anxiety in 5 different type of patterns. Remember, patterns is equal to diagnosis. All right. So now I'm gonna break it down for you right now. So hopefully this is very helpful. And remember, this is for educational purposes only. But also, if you're an acupuncturist or acupuncture student, this probably can help you overall. Right. Let's begin. The first pattern when it comes to anxiety, when it comes to acupuncture or Chinese medicine, is heart qi deficiency and blood stasis. Heart qi deficiency and blood stasis, all right? Let's break down the symptoms of that pattern. It's sudden onset of tension or fear. Sudden onset of tension or fear, all right? Dreadful feeling of doom, restless, cries and sighs a lot. You may feel palpitations, heart palpitations, okay? Suffocating feeling in the chest, shortness of breath, all right? Because if you get anxious and you have palpitations, you feel like you can't breathe, all right? Also, fatigue, dream disturbed sleep. That's very important. Dream disturbed sleep, a tight neck. Your neck could be tight also. You can have a stabbing headache, kind of like boom, 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 all right? Also, the tongue is going to be pale with purple sides. Remember, purple means blood stasis, all right? So always remember that. If there's purple in the tongue, just think about blood stasis. The pulse is going to be thin and choppy and irregular because of the palpitations and stuff like that. It's going to be irregular. Now, the herbal formula for this type of pattern is T1 Bushing Dan. Right? I apologize for saying it wrong. I got to work on my saying Chinese accent, Chinese wording when it comes to the herbs. But okay. Now, when it comes to acupuncture points, again, I always say, as an acupuncturist, you can use points that make sense to you. But there's certain points for this pattern that works very, very, very well, right? Of course, the 4 gates, Li4 and liver 3, the 4 gates, we all know what this point is. It helps open up the vessels overall, all right? So that's a very good point. Spleen 10 is also good. Bladder 15, bladder 17, stomach 36, ren 17, and heart 7. Those points, along with any additional points you may add, is perfect for heart qi deficiency with blood stasis when it comes to anxiety. Let's move on. The next pattern when it comes to anxiety in Chinese medicine is liver qi stagnation and phlegm fire. Liver qi stagnation and phlegm fire. What are the symptoms of that pattern? Let me tell you right now. Is depressed, anxious, worried, tense, agitated, angry, sighs, insomnia, have trouble sleeping, dreams a lot though. When they do fall asleep, they dream a lot. And, oh my gosh, that's chest oppression. Feel like being oppressed in your chest, all right? And rib pain. Sometimes you may cough with phlegm, right? Phlegm fire, right? Cough with phlegm, red face, constipation. Those are heat signs, all right? The tongue is gonna be red with a yellow, greasy coating. Red with a yellow, greasy coating. That tells you right there is definitely heat and phlegm, right? The pulse is going to be wiry, slippery, and rapid. Wiry, liver qi stagnation refers to the liver. It could be, make the pulse wiry, slippery because of that phlegm, and rapid because of the heat, all right, or the fire. Now, the herbal formula for this is going to be a combination of 2 different formulas, okay? So, Chahu Shugan San plus Qishang Xiang Tang. This formula works well for anxiety for this type of pattern, that is liver qi stagnation and phlegm fire. The points you're going to use, guess what? Ding, ding, ding. 4 gates, Li4 and liver 3. You're going to use PC6, stomach 40. Stomach 40 is what? It's the best point for phlegm. Remember that. Best point for phlegm. Also, Ren 12, Ren 17. Remember, tight, tightness of chest. Ren 17 is perfect to open up the chest. All right. Liver 2 drains the fire. all right? And stomach 44 also drains the fire, all right? So those are points I will use to treat somebody with anxiety, with liver qi stagnation, and phlegm fire pattern. Let's move on to the next pattern when it comes to anxiety. Heart blood stasis. Heart blood stasis. What does that mean? The symptoms are going to be episodes of anxiety and worry for a long time. Episodes of anxiety and worry for a long time. Tense, throbbing headache. Boom, 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 boom. Also palpitations. The tongue's going to be purple. Why? When you hear the word stasis, or when the tongue's purple, think about blood stasis, all right? The pulse is going to be choppy. The herbal formula is also going to be a combination, all right? You know this one, Zufu Zu Yong Tang plus 1Z. Just so the herbal formula plus that herb, right? Works well for heart blood stasis causing anxiety. Now the acupuncture points are going to be the 4 gates, surprise, surprise, liver 3, LI 4, spleen 10, bladder 17, red 17, open up the chest, PC 6 also opens up the chest. Man, these are awesome points. Hopefully you're learning a lot from this, all right? Now, next pattern when it comes to anxiety is going to be heart and spleen qi and blood deficiency. Heart and spleen qi and blood deficiency. Oh, what are the symptoms for that? Well, symptoms are going to be worry, anxious, fear, dreading, also palpitations, insomnia and poor memory. Also poor appetite and loose stools. Man, and also fatigue. The face is going to be like a pale type face. Because remember, it's a deficiency pattern. Now, the tongue is going to be pale. Surprise, surprise. And the pulse is going to be weak and thin. Because like I said, that's how you know it's a deficiency pattern. This is heart and spleen qi and blood deficiency. Herbal formula we're going to use is a very common one, Grippy Tongue. Grippy Tongue works wonders for anxiety, period, especially for heart and spleen, qi, and blood deficiency. The points we're going to use, not the 4 gates for this one, we're going to use stomach 36. We got to build up the energy. Spleen 6. 3 channels crosses there, all right? Guess them. Red 17, open up the chest. Bladder 15, bladder 20, and PC 6. Oh, let's talk about the last pattern when it comes to anxiety, according to TCM or traditional Chinese medicine, right? Heart and kidney yin deficiency. Heart and kidney yin deficiency. What are the symptoms? It's going to be fear, dread, agitated. You're going to get agitated, easily scared, right? You might feel some dizziness. Remember, it's a deficiency problem. You might feel some dizziness, right? Tinnitus, ringing in the ear. Low back pain. That's how you know kidneys involved. Right? Insomnia, palpitations, 5 central heat. You don't hear that often. Also, dry mouth. So you know it's a heat problem or a heat issue, but in this case, it's not excess heat. This is deficiency heat. Right? So the mouth gonna be dry. Afternoon, low grade fever. That's a big hint right there. Okay, right. The tongue is gonna be red with no coat. The pulse is gonna be thin and rapid because of the yin deficiency heat. What herbal formula we're gonna use for this one is Huolang Yizhang Tang. This is a wonderful formula to help with anxiety when the pattern is heart and kidney yin deficiency. The points we're gonna use, surprise, kidney 3, all right? Kidney 7 also, which is the underused point. Kidney 7 is also good for yin deficiency, believe it or not. All right? Spleen 6 we're going to use heart 7. We're going to use bladder 15, bladder 23. We all know bladder 23 is the back shoe point of the what? Guess that. Also ren 17 and PC 6. So those were the 5 patterns of anxiety according to TCM or traditional Chinese medicine. All right. So of course, there's other points you could use, like I mentioned before, but these points are awesome. So please leave a like below and subscribe to this channel if you think this video is cool. And again, this is for educational purposes only. If you're an acupuncturist or acupuncture student, This video may help you. If you're none of those, you can still get some good information about this, all right? Please leave your comments below. I'll check you out later. Oh. We out.